Talk about a leg lock series here. What we're going to do. We're going to start off a real basic thing. I'm just going to be in the guy's guard. I'm going to pass the guard and I'm going to attack his legs. I'm not going to pass the guard. I'm going to open the guard. And then I'm going to attack his legs. Again, I cannot say this enough. The leg that I'm breaking is irrelevant. It's the other leg that makes all the escapes. You have to control the other leg. And that's what makes his escapes impossible or very, very extremely difficult. If you concentrate on the leg that you want to break, you're very unsuccessful with your techniques. It's the other leg, okay? So he's got his guard, and I'm going to turn my hips in. Okay. Now, when I go ahead and bring my leg into the middle, once I get my leg in the middle, then I'm good. Okay. Now I can fall back. I can do inside. I like to kind of attack the hip lock once I get to here. We're not gonna bother with any of that stuff right now. I'm just gonna have you guys stand up for a second, and I'm gonna push that knee down. Okay, so that block it. I don't want to be holding this leg and then him swim this leg in and do something like, yeah, that's fine. You bring it in, and then he attacks his own leg lock. Do you not know how to do a leg lock? Swim here and get this leg lock. No. Yeah. Anyway, if he knew how to do a leg lock after 7 years of training, he would know that hips should go like this, and he would get the heel lift. So pay attention. So here, so when I go down, I'm going to push that knee in. When I come in to turn and get in this position here, everybody wants to come in and attack for the heel lift. Don't worry about the heel lift right now. We're going to worry about this leg. It's this leg being controlled is what's going to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to bring this leg over and cross. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to pull this nice and tight. So I'm in this position here. Now, I can kind of push my shin into this knee, so that's kind of unpleasant. But when he tries to move around, see, very tight. I have good control of his legs. Okay, so I can just try to scoot in and get close and try to control this knee. All right. So from here, I just have a good position, good strong, and hold this, crank on this, whatever. Now, what do you think that you'd like to do from here?
I have no idea. He's trying to squirm me.
Yes, he wants to grab something. So when he does, I'm going to grab his arms, his head. I'm going to pull him to me, and it's going to start popping his neck, his spine, and breaking this hip. Okay, so I'm just going to hold here. Be patient. We're not hitting, punch him, grab, whatever. But he's going to end up, as I'm putting this pressure on here, or I'm putting this pressure on here, he's going to put this hand up here, trying to pull my hands off. He's going to try to grab my neck. He's going to try to push away. He's going to try to grab my foot. He'll do something. You're not going to lay there and take it. If he does, I'm just going to go ahead and I can take the heel lift. Or like as I prefer to do with this, I'll bring my forearm in like this. But nevertheless, I'm going to get this knot here for a second. He comes in and grabs at me, touches me, whatever. I'm going to pull him in, control his head, pull him to me, and push away. And everything hurts all the way through here. Okay, so you got in your position. There's some threads through. Lift it up, control it. Now, see the hip's already tight. This one comes through, locks, and then adjust it. Scoot in, get nice butt to butt, get hip control, grabbing, pulling, and the more he comes to you, the worse it is for him. Okay? Easy enough? All right, so let's practice this. First of all, you're going to practice just the leg knot. Now, before we shut off the camera, though, here's how we're going to end up getting, but I don't want to have to take, that's what we're going to practice first. Go ahead and stand up. Now, let's say we were going here, and I wanted to move in, shoot, and I was going to hit a double leg right here, okay? See how my hand would come here, and I would block here, and then boom, I would try to get the double leg. What we're going to move into, which I think is a really good, if you have a good leg lock game, a good sambo game, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this move. I want you to hit it just like you do your double leg. When you come off your double leg, like a lot of the American people will come in with their knee, turn, go here, that's fine, that's beautiful. A lot of the European people just stay with their knee, kind of use more of the momentum in the run. That's fine, doesn't matter. However you do your double leg is okay, as long as you have a good double leg, as long as it's one of those accepted kind of wrestling movements. So I'm going to turn the corner just as if I was going to do the double leg. He starts to think the double leg. He starts thinking the ground. He starts thinking, I got to get the guard, or I got to scramble, I got to get up, I got to get the underhook. These are the things that are generally running through his head. The only difference is how my hand was on his hip, drops down and knee blocks, just leave it on his hip. So We're here, boom, we pop, we shoot. I get you turn the corner. Now, instead of that, as soon as I make that shuffle forward, I shuffle back. I'm going to bring that leg over, thread that through, lock myself in position, and now same thing. I sit here, boom, pull him up and attack him. If he doesn't do anything, he doesn't come up, go ahead and attack here. Or if you like it, you can come in and take this straight. Just make that turn. This is good, but it gives him this knee can kind of turn down. That's why I like to use this hand. This hand has nothing to do. The pressure's still on the heel. His toes are in my armpit. I'm just putting my hand in his shin so that if he tries to roll that way, it's blocked. And then I'm arcing back. So the break is still very much on the ankle only. I'm not getting up here high and letting him get a boot and all this kind of deal and kind of doing like the figure 4 version. You know, these hands could be completely independent. It could be just like this and it'd be fine. This hand's job is to keep him from turning his knee down and go to running man, which I've got pretty good control here anyway. But a lot of times I'll do that and I'll lock that in. His instep is coming more in line with my pec. There's no toes coming around behind Larry's show. There's no toes sticking out. There is no boot. The boot is not existent on this. See? So now when I arch my back, I'm getting a good straight break by bringing the toes, by bringing my deltoid back. I bring his toes backwards, and that's what's causing a break. I don't have to worry so much about the fulcrum. There's a lot of first people's version of where they're kind of lifted more like that, so that's all good. Okay, so one more time, real quick. Boom, I shoot him. Boom. As he comes down, trap instead of falling with a double leg. Get this. If he goes to attack my feet or anything, boom, kick that up, get that in position, attack, get into a good knotted position. He comes in here, boom, control him, break this out. And like I said, if he doesn't, come back, hit the heel lift, or sit up, bring my hips in, and come in and attack here. He's going to know he needs to get this free leg free. So when he does, boom, pass him here, and come in and attack on this side here. That'll knock that off. Okay, so he knows he needs to open up my foot. He needs to get his leg free. Go ahead. When he does, I'm going to follow with it and just let that rip right here. Okay, so be sure, just like you would be hand fighting with your hands, you're going to hand fight with your legs. And you be aware, when he starts to scramble, the key is not the leg you're holding. It's not the grip you're holding. It's not the leg you're trying to break. The scramble is for the other leg, the free leg. You've got to regain it, get it back, leg fight for it, just like you would hand fight in wrestling or BJJ. Get it back in and break it. Okay? All right. Good job. Okay.